Imagine you're walking through a forest 20,000 years ago. Birds are singing, the wind is blowing, and everything seems peaceful. Then you hear a loud buzzing sound coming from a tree. Thousands of tiny insects are flying in circles around a strange golden nest. Most people would slowly back away, but not Krog. Krog looks at the buzzing cloud, scratches his head, and says, "I bet there's food in there." Nobody knows who the first human to eat honey really was, but whoever they were must have been incredibly brave or incredibly hungry. Back then, people survived by trying new things. They tasted fruits, roots, nuts, and plants. Sometimes they found delicious food. Sometimes they found something that made them very sick. Exploring nature was risky, but it was also necessary. One afternoon, Krog notices bees flying in and out of a hollowed tree. He watches carefully and sees sticky golden liquid dripping from inside. It smells sweet, unlike anything he's ever smelled before. The other members of the tribe shake their heads. Too many bees. Krog nods, then walks toward the tree anyway. The closer he gets, the louder the buzzing becomes. Hundreds of bees circle around him. He waves his hands wildly, accomplishing absolutely nothing, except looking ridiculous. Finally, he reaches inside the hollow. For one glorious second, he holds a chunk of honeycomb covered in golden honey. For the next 5 seconds, every bee in the forest seems to disagree with his decision. Krog runs. He sprints through bushes, jumps over rocks, dives into a stream, and hides behind a fallen log, while angry bees continue searching for the mysterious honey thief. Eventually, the buzzing fades. Slowly, Krog looks at the honeycomb still clutched in his hand. He takes a tiny taste. His eyes widen. Sweet, rich, delicious, worth every second of running. Of course, the real story was probably more complicated. Archaeological evidence suggests that humans have collected honey for thousands of years, and ancient rock art even shows people climbing to reach wild beehives. Over time, people learned smarter ways to gather it. Smoke could calm bees. Careful planning reduced stings. Knowledge was shared from one generation to the next. Honey became more than a treat. It was an energy-rich food that could be stored and carried on long journeys. It was mixed with other foods and, in many cultures, even valued for medicinal purposes. Meanwhile, bees were doing what they'd always done, making honey for themselves, not for humans. Imagine trying to explain modern beekeeping to Krog. "We build little wooden houses for bees." Krog nods. "They make honey inside." Krog smiles. "And sometimes people wear funny white suits so they don't get stung." Krog immediately wants one. Today, honey is enjoyed all over the world. It's poured into tea, spread on bread, added to desserts, and used in countless recipes. But every jar on a supermarket shelf has a history stretching back thousands of years to forests, cliffs, and hollow trees, where early humans took remarkable risks. So, who was the first person to eat honey? We'll never know. But somewhere in the distant past, one curious explorer ignored the buzzing, reached into a hive, and discovered one of nature's sweetest rewards. And if that person was Krog, he probably celebrated his victory, right up until he noticed there was still one bee trapped in his hair.